Welcome to EsteroToday, produced by Engage Estero. I'm your host, Mike Wasson. Traffic and bottlenecks are everywhere. Without a doubt, it's the number one concern heard around the greater Estero area. Everyone wants to come to Southwest Florida in January, February, and March, and why not? It's paradise here. It's easy to understand why people come here after the difficult weather up north this year. Recent estimates say Estero grows from 45,000 people to 65,000 people during the winter season. Now, some have left to spend Easter up north with their families, but traffic and safe travel remains difficult, and it remains an important issue for local residents. Now, it's not only local traffic, but much of it is what I call pass-through traffic. People go south in the morning to work in Naples and come north in the evening, rush hour, to return to affordable housing up near Fort Myers. There is lots of traffic that passes through the Estero area. Well, Estero is not unique, nor the first community to experience this problem. Up north for me is northern New Jersey, better known as the Metropolitan New York City area. My son works in Manhattan and works in Queens, lives in Long Island. Now that's massive traffic congestion, let me tell you. Some of us older folks may remember there was talk about a guy named Robert Moses. He shaped the New York metropolitan area and urban planning in the 20th century. He is legendary for the roads and parks that he built in the greater New York area. He was never elected to office, but his vision and the get things done attitude for good, and some say for bad, is depicted in a monumental book by Robert Caro called The Power Broker. We don't have a single power broker here in Southwest Florida, but our transportation system is largely planned and monitored by the Lee County Metropolitan Planning Organization, commonly known as the MPO. Working with federal, state, and local transportation partners, the MPO looks 5, 10, and even 25 years into the future to identify projects that will serve our community. And what does community mean? Well, for the MPO, it includes all of the county and its cities, citizens, seasonal visitors, business, and industry. At each stage of development of transportation plans, the MPO encourages ongoing public participation and involvement. Everyone is reminded that today's discussion and decisions begin the process that puts essential roadways, sidewalks, pathways, transit, aviation, and real projects in place years and decades from now. That's quite a huge undertaking. The MPO's mission is to provide leadership and promote comprehensive service transportation system that will provide regional mobility, encourage a positive investment climate, and foster sustainable development that is sensitive to both community and natural resources. There is an MPO board of directors that consists of 18 voting members. They include all the county commissioners and elected officials from 6 cities in Lee County. And there's a non-voting member from FDOT, that's the Florida Department of Transportation. The MPO has a staff and it has an executive director. That executive director is Don Scott. And Estero is privileged to have Don Scott visit with us on Friday, April 17th. Don has agreed to a community meeting from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at the Estero Recreation Center on Friday, April 17th. But Don does not work in a vacuum. He also works closely with the Florida Department of Transportation, also known as FDOT. And joining Don that day will be Brian Bullis. He's the Community Outreach Manager for FDOT in Southwest Florida. Now, do you think that I think an hour meeting will solve all our transportation problems? I don't think so. Probably not. But it's your chance to hear from Don about many important issues. Why are developments outpacing road infrastructure? Can we catch up? What are the funding options? What is feasible and what are the ramifications? For example, do we need to increase sales taxes, impact fees, or gas taxes to pay for all this? How can the recommendations of the Estero 2024 traffic study be implemented? What can we do about that implementation? What does the future of transportation in our area look like? Well, Don will talk about all of these. And Brian Bolus will address what FDOT has learned from feedback from residents and HOAs that are concerned about the expansion of I-75. Just to remind you, I-75 will will go from 6 lanes, expanding to 10 lanes through the Estero area. That's what's on the planning right now. And what FDOT will consider as options to help alleviate traffic noise from those communities close to the highway where there will be 10 lanes. Also, the latest timelines for that project and what's the next steps. Well, already we have 100 people registered to attend the event. And we encourage you, if you want to attend, to register now at our website, www.esterotoday.com. Engage Estero exists to inform. And here's a chance for you to be informed and a chance for our public servants to hear you and your concerns and to understand your issues. One meeting won't solve all the issues. Robert Moses spent 44 years working on what he perceived was for the public good. It starts with good listening skills by residents and a chance for public dialogue. That means Don and Brian seeing a good turnout and listening to your concerns as well as explaining what the plans are. So we hope that you can attend that meeting on April 17th to improve that dialogue. Again, you can sign up for that meeting at EsteroToday.com. Thank you for joining us this week at Estero Today. We hope you have found the information interesting and helpful. If so, please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the bell icon. And we encourage you to share this podcast with your friends. Comment below or email us with your ideas for future podcasts. Our email address is info@esterotoday.com. That's info@esterotoday.com. You can also find the website links that I've mentioned in today's podcast in the description below. Produced by Engage Estero, this is your host, Mike Wasson, wishing you a good week and hoping that you can join us next week for more news on Estero Today.